this is a quick recap of the amazing game Fabiano Caruana White, Viswanathan Black played today as a Superbet 2022 Blitz in Holland. So we're going to go straight in the action, and Fabiano starts with e4 and they do the Petroff defense. Now all of this is theory. All of this is known. Here c4 is the base move. Bishop f5, controlling e4 for now. Queen b3, attacking b7, queen d7 defense. All of these have been played before. Nc3 played by Fabiano. Take on f5, take on c3. Now you have pressure like that, and you can do rook b1, b6, protecting the b7 pawn. Take, queen b5. Now you can see these squares here are soft because the bishops have been exchanged. Now queen comes back to defend, and here critical moment. Right away Fabiano play rook b1. Now a4 has been played before. Can you guess what was the game? And it was take, and a5. This has been played before in a high-profile game. And the answer is Carlsen, Nepomniachtchi, World Championship 2021 in Dubai. They played that position, and the game ended in a draw. So very sharp stuff. But in this game here, instead of playing a4, rook b1. So that's a new move by Fabiano Caruana. And if you're curious, the game happened today, and this is a picture of the actual game between Caruana and Anand. So rook b1 played. Now this game is very exciting because that's a new move, and the game carries on. Here, what to do? Clearly, if white were to take, knight e7, and then knight will come to d5, and that will be great. For instance, take, no matter what you do with white, let's say bishop a3, knight d5, and you have a fantastic knight on d5 here, and black is not worse here. So instead here, bishop b5 played by Caruana, f6, bishop d2. So I was surprised by that move, and during the live game I was thinking of bishop e3. But here, knight a5 would be the move, and you take, and here once again, black is better because you have a weak pawn on d4 with white, and d5 is controlled by black. So clearly, Fabiano saw that and played bishop d2. But black is fine, knight e7, controlling d5. So what to do with white, right? And here, c5. Now, exchange, we're playing an endgame. And in this position, b takes c5 was definitely fine for black. But knight f5 played by Vichy, pressure on the g5, on the b5, sorry, and g5. Black is trying to play for a win, so Viswanathan playing for a win. So Fabiano doesn't lose control, knight e1, coming back to g3. Knight e7, knight g3, and here critical moment. Again, you could play knight c6, you could try to play rook bc8, but instead king e6 played. And can you sense this is where the game is turning for white? This is an in-game, this is very complex, but right now white has a great move to put pressure on the black's position. And the answer is that knight went to d3 and is going to b4. Look at this, knight b4, hitting d5, also protecting here, and could jump on a6. Once again, superb understanding, and the light squares are weak. That's what Caruana is playing on. Now, rook bc8, that's a move too late. Knight a6. This is a critical moment, and again, that's what top grandmasters do. They put pressure again and again. I want to show you here Anand with black, and he's gonna lose again Caruana with white, and they're in Poland playing this right now today. So again, in this position, knight a6, is hard to defend. And at this moment, rook b7, again attacking c7. And here, during the game, Anand almost takes the bishop and almost put it on a5, but he holds onto the bishop. And if he had played that, then check, taking here, and it's game over after rook b7, and you have a strong attack. But at the last moment, he sees that, say, well, the knight is coming back, and he takes the bishop from a5, go back to c7, holds it, and then play bishop d6. Now the game goes on like that, and here Caruana had the winning tactics. He had to play f4, and that's almost striking the bishop on c3, and this is complicated, but knight b5 hitting the bishop, and that bishop has no square, have to play d4. This is instantly complicated, but that's what he had to go for. Instead, here he doesn't trap the bishop, but take the pawn here. The game goes on, they have seconds on the clock, and all of a sudden, Caruana is pushing his pawn. Check first, c6, rook d7, rook b7, and now c7. And you can see he's pushing, he has two pass pawn, and this one is not advanced enough. The game continues, it's a might scramble, and here, actually, very soon, Anand loses on time around here. They play a few more moves, and finally Caruana looks up and he sees that actually Anand had actually dropped around knight c3. He ran out of time, but the position is really winning for white because the king was unsafe. So crazy game and very nice victory in a Petroff defense. And we can see that rook b1, that new move instead of a4, created problems for black, and Anand could not save the game. Thank you again for watching.